Yo, what's going on everyone? In today's video, we are going to be taking a look at all of the 3 brand new mansion properties in GTA 5 Online, going over them in detail, that way you can see which mansion best suits you in case you are only able to buy one. Because you could also buy all 3 of the mansions like I did in this video, but it will cost you around $35-ish million fully maxed out. To purchase these mansions, it's as simple as opening your phone, going on the internet, and then going on the Prix Luxury Real Estate website. Once you are on here, scroll down and click where it says choose your real estate property. Here you'll see all 3 of the brand new mansion properties. The first one, which is the cheapest, is the Tongva Estate for $11.5 million. Second cheapest is the Vinewood Residence for $12.2 million, and then right below that we have the Richmond Villa, which is the most expensive mansion for $12.8 million. Customizing these mansions is the exact same process for every one. You'll see the first option is the interior, which lets you customize the tints, patterns, and decor for the inside of the property, which is completely not necessary. You could do the free option if you want to, but after that go down to where it says additional rooms and you'll see the armory room, the arcade room, the podium, and also a vehicle workshop. If you decide to go with these upgrades, the armory costs $720,000, the arcade costs $950,000, the podium costs a total of $650,000, and then finally the vehicle workshop, that is the one I would recommend actually owning. That one costs $880,000. Next upgrade below that is the most expensive, which is the security, and honestly this upgrade is only worth it if you own a lot of businesses in GTA 5 Online, and if you don't, it's not really necessary. But it will cost you $1.75 million, so it is pretty expensive. Then you'll just need to simply select your AI assistant voice, which is completely free, and then you'll see the overview cost of your mansion, which for this mansion, which is the most expensive one I chose right now and fully maxed out, will cost $17.7 million fully maxed out, of course. Which I know is a pretty high price tag. So now that we went over all of the customization options with these mansions, let's get into how these properties actually look like in person. That way you can choose which one you want to buy. The first mansion property we are going to be going over is the Tongva Estate one, which is the cheapest mansion for $11.5 million, and it's super close to the military base. And I'm sure just by looking at it right now, you could recognize exactly what mansion this is. Yes, it is the Devin Weston mansion, just revamped. Upon entering inside, you'll see you have that nice view of the military base and also that huge Mount Chiliad mountain. So if you were to choose to buy this location, in my opinion, I think it is the most private since it is not near anything really popular. It is only next to the military base, of course. But upon entering inside, you'll notice that they didn't really change too many things about the Devin Weston mansion. They just changed small little details. Like for example, they added this new fireplace, they also added a dartboard, and just small things like that they added around the backyard of this property. So nothing too crazy, especially considering we already had this property before, so it's nothing really too new. It is a really nice property nonetheless though, with a really nice huge ocean view and also a overhanging hot tub view. Also, we aren't going to be going over anything inside the mansion properties only because there's literally nothing different out of all 3 of these mansion properties inside. It is all the same stuff inside, just of course a little bit different of a layout. One of my favorite parts about this mansion location definitely has to be the rooftop, because if you come up here you could do yoga, and if you were to do yoga you have that really nice aesthetic view of the ocean behind you. Second mansion property we are now going to be going over is the Vinewood Residence, which is the second cheapest for $12.2 million. Upon entering inside, you'll see that really nice view of the Vinewood sign directly in front of our mansion, which is pretty cool. And once you enter inside and go all the way over to the backyard section of this property, you'll see we also have an amazing view over here. It's not the ocean or anything like the last property, but you could see a really nice view of downtown Los Santos, and if you run all the way over here to the other section of the mansion in the backyard, you'll see you also have a view of the casino. And you could also kind of see the Vinewood sign from the backyard only at this section right here, which is pretty cool. But yeah, other than that, the view isn't really anything too crazy like we had in the last property. I think what makes this property my favorite though out of all 3 of these mansions is definitely the middle portion here, where there is a pond in the middle with some poison ivy. It doesn't really do anything except just look nice, but I wish we could actually jump in the middle on top of those pillars and like parkour. That would be pretty fun. Also, on the second level here, there is the hot tub, because there's no hot tub hanging off of the edge of a cliff at this location. It's just here at the second level. And yeah, this location honestly is just my favorite out of all three just because of that section in the middle with the pond and also the pillars all around the mansion to match that aesthetic. One of the most unique in my opinion, at least somewhat different from the Devin Weston mansion layout. And then finally getting into the third and final mansion location, this one is the Richmond Villa of course, which is the most expensive for $12.8 million. Upon entering inside, you'll see you are a neighbor of Mini Madrazo's mansion, which is pretty cool because you can see you have a nice view of his property. Going over to the backyard section of this property though, I actually really love this view because you have a nice view of the downtown Los Santos and also the observatory kind of there over to the left. Same Devin Weston style layout though as the other mansion properties, and if you look at this middle section, it's just a little bit different from the Devin Weston mansion, just of course instead of circles there's squares now with the water flowing down them. Pretty creative, Rockstar, pretty creative. But anyway, if you come down here you'll see we have the hot tub that's hanging off of the edge, which has to be my favorite hot tub out of all of the three mansion properties. And yeah, that's pretty much all there is to this backyard though. There's not really anything too crazy going on back here except this fireplace at this section here. But yeah, coming up to the very top, that's pretty much all there is unique to this mansion when it comes to the backyard. In my opinion, I think since this is the most expensive mansion, not many players will be owning it, so it's probably going to be the least busiest around this area. So if you don't want to be around too many players in GTA 5 online sessions when coming out your mansion, then this is probably your best bet to buy. But if you don't really care about a lot of people coming to your mansion and you also want a really nice view and everything else nice about the mansion, then of course that Vinewood one is probably better for you. Anyway though, at all of these mansions, they all have the same exact stuff as I was saying inside and also the helicopter to go with them on top. Which is pretty useful because whenever you take off with this helicopter, it's a pretty fast one to use to get around the map, and you could also literally fly above your mansion when you come back and click right D-pad to land back on top. And even after watching this video, you still don't want to buy all three of these mansions, this might change your mind because as you know, with all these properties comes a 20-car garage. Yes, that means if you were to buy all three of these mansions, that will be a total of 60 new car slots you'll have. And these garages are actually pretty nice. They look like they can store more than 10 cars in each one, but sadly they can only store 10. And by walking up to this gate inside the garage will allow us to go over to the driveway or also to the second level of our garage, which is the next 10 slots of cars. So yeah, I'm pretty happy about these 20 car slots inside of each one of these mansions. It's a lot of new car slots we could have if we were to purchase all three of these. Another section to walk up to is over here inside the garage because if you were to walk up to this gate, it will allow you to enter inside the vehicle workshop. So that first reason of having 60 new car slots with the three mansion properties is the first reason I would recommend owning three mansions, but the other reason is because you could also fast travel between all of these mansion properties. As you know, by going over to one of your AI assistant tablets on the wall and clicking right D-pad, you'll see you have the option to fast travel, which you could literally fast travel to any one of your properties that you own, any one of your businesses, any one of your MC businesses, or pretty much any property you own in GTA 5 Online, you'll be able to fast travel to. And yes, if you own all three mansions, you'll be able to fast travel between all three of these mansions without having to leave any one of your properties. Anyway, that is now going to be the end of today's video. Hopefully it went on to help you decide which one of these three mansion properties you should buy. Or also if I convince you to buy all three of the mansion properties because of the 60 car slots and also the fast travel ability. Regardless, if you went on to enjoy the video and you still haven't already, please do me a favor by going down below and dropping a like on it before you click off. And of course, if you aren't, make sure you also hit that subscribe button. And until next time, I will see you all in my very next GTA 5 Online video. Peace.